video is going to be about the hunger strike documentary that I just watched that started at inside Pelican Bay Security Housing Unit. And very interesting. It was really interesting. And from my vantage point, I never thought that it was a torture or I thought it was a pretty good program. These guys, as far as I could see, they really went out of their way to get locked up inside the security housing unit. And the reason I say this is I used to have to read their central files. And when you read about their commitment, offenses, and all the lives they've destroyed, I never really felt sorry for them. And anyway, I thought when I was in the Marine Corps, I was never a prison guard or anything like that. I was a combat engineer. We were glorified grunts, and the only difference between us and the infantry is we got to play with explosives. And but during my time in the Marine Corps, I happened to have to go into inside of a brig a couple times. And I remember one time it was I was at Camp Pendleton in the staging battalion, waiting to go overseas, and they told me they wanted me to go pick up this prisoner and march him over to this colonel's office so he could have a hearing. And I remember the sergeant telling me, he said, if this guy gives you any trouble or tries to run away, shoot him. I thought, well, okay. So anyway, he was well behaved and never tried to run away or anything. And I ended up taking him to his hearing and then back to the brig, and that was it. And then I remember when I was in the Philippines, I got to know a couple of the prison guards there that were working at the brig at Subic Bay. And I remember them talking about waking the prisoners up in the middle of the night with fire hoses for no apparent reason. And I thought, I was kind of surprised that they would do that, but they would. They did that. And I actually saw this. I was in the chow hall when they marched the prisoners in, and all the prisoners had their heads shaved, and they marched in at attention, and they were in a single file going through the chow line, and they were marching asshole to belly button. I mean, and their eyes did not move from the back of that prisoner's head that was right in front of them. And I don't know what happened at the table, but evidently somebody talked or looked at something, and I saw the guard walk up behind this prisoner and hit him on top of the head with a nightstick and knocked him unconscious in his tray of food, face first. And the chow hall was noisy, and but the moment that happened, it went silent for about 2 seconds, and then everything went back to normal. And I couldn't help notice the officer of the day. He happened to be eating, observing what was going on, and as soon as he saw the guy get hit, I looked at him, and he put his head down and continued to eat, and never acknowledged what had just happened. I never seen anything like that in the shoe. I've never seen anything like that on either the GP yards inside Pelican Bay. I mean, they didn't do that. Anyway, I I thought they kind of overdid it, you know, about the solitary confinement. I never looked at it as being a real solitary confinement. Um, Maybe the indeterminate shoe sentences were a little over the top. Not too much, though. But the CDC, for some reason, they went from that extreme to what I'm looking at today with the California model, with encouraging correctional officers to play soccer, basketball, foosball, and telling the inmates, you know, sharing with them what they did on the weekend with their family. And I thought, what the hell is going on? You know, it's they went from one extreme to the other. And another thing I couldn't help notice is what they were doing, what they did down in El Salvador when they opened that mega prison, CCOT, I think the name of it is. Boy, that's an eye opener. They got real tough on criminals, especially the MS-13 gang members. And anyway, I think they're doing a good job down there. So it's just my opinion, and I just want to thank you, Feather Merchants, for stopping by, and I would highly recommend watching that documentary. It is interesting. I don't, you know, it's kind of one-sided, though. They don't really talk about what the inmates did to get into that situation. They left that part out. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay.